Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd like to do today is to recall some of those magical moments that came from attending a gala dinner on Thursday at the Olympus restaurant down in Surrey Hills at number 2 Baptist Street, Surrey Hills, where a number of people had paid for tickets and dinner to sit and listen to and meet and get autographs from 3 of the key players who featured in the national soccer team of Greece in 2004, who won against all odds the Euro Cup, and they beat the host nation Portugal 1-0 in the final and created a space and a place in history, Greece's modern history, which united every Greek on the planet just for a moment in communal, global, hysteria. It was a moment that was unbelievable. If you were Greek on that day, you will know where you were, you will know how you felt, and that moment will be cherished forever and probably never ever repeated again. And on the evening, we went for a trip down memory lane to remember that communal, global, euphoric moment. And there were a number of questions asked of the 3 players. The 3 players were the captain of the national team, Theodoros Zagorakis, Agilos Charisteas, the centre forward, and George Karagounis. And one of the questions was asked, what do the players do to relax and to have downtime? And George Karagounis answered, and his answer was really, really powerful and I guess very inspirational, especially to the younger people. And I thought I'd try and capture it as best I can and to relay it, because it's something that is quite mature and, as I said, very powerful. He said that from a young age, the age of 6, he played soccer and he really, really enjoyed playing soccer. And the other 2 players as well said that they started early as well and loved it. And George Karagounis said that when he left his village, he had 2 options. Option 1 was to succeed, and option 2 was to succeed, because he didn't have a backup option. He couldn't go back to his village and try and survive, and he needed to do all he had to do in order to succeed, to be able to fund his career and to make a name for himself. So he didn't have an option. He didn't go just to try out. He went with one goal and one goal only: to succeed. And on the question of downtime, what do you do to de-stress and all of those things, he said something which I absolutely loved. And he said, I didn't need downtime. I didn't need to de-stress. I didn't need other hobbies, because everything I did for the love of soccer. I did it to please and to satisfy and to deliver to the multitudes who watched, and to try and become better and better at who I was and what I could do. So he basically said I didn't need to go to nightclubs, I didn't need girlfriends, I didn't need parejas, because for me, everything in my life was about football. What I ate, what I read, what I talked about, who I hang out with, everything was for the glory of the game. So he touched on something which is really, really important, especially for the young people to understand. If you want to be great at something in your life, you need to be obsessed about that one thing and not distracted. Karagounis said that there are lots of great players that come out of Greece, because Greece has a very competitive system, and as we know, competition brings out the best in all the people who choose to compete. But by the same token, Greece also has a lot of distractions. It's got bouzoukia, it's got nightlife, it's got beautiful women, it's got beaches, islands, you name it. It's got a lifestyle second to none. But if you get sucked into that lifestyle, then your career in a very competitive sport is basically wasted and will evaporate before you know it. But what I loved about him was that he said that he loved soccer so much that and only that fulfilled him. He never ever felt unfulfilled. He never ever felt that he was missing out on anything else, because he was doing what he absolutely loved, and what he absolutely loved was pleasing the fans of the game rather than pleasing himself. At 44 or 45, I think he is, he still looks very fit. He still plays, and you can just tell by the way he looks, he's still very, very competitive as a person, but also wants to take his level head and his obsession and help pass it on to the new generation of players, to harden them up and to get them ready to make the most of their skills and to make the most of the opportunities. Because soccer wasn't always a game that had lots of money. It's only now where soccer players can make, I guess, hundreds of millions of dollars. But that wasn't why Karagounis played soccer. It wasn't for the money. It was for the love of the game. And for that, I respect him. I take my hat off to him. He's represented Greece in 7 World Cups. He's the most capped World Cup of the Greeks, or the equal most capped. And he scored the opening goal at the World Cup, at the Euro, back there in 2004, and was the first to ever score an international goal in international competition for Greece. And a gentleman, and I'm just honoured and pleased that I got to listen to him, to see him, and to shake his hand. God bless him.